Hey everybody, welcome back to the 414 for March 10th, 2017. We've got a lot to go over today. We've got a WWE star considering a porn career. That's right, a porn career. We're going to talk WrestleMania build-up, the card that we've got so far, and the matches that we might see going into WrestleMania season. A little bit of talk of Sami Zayn and what he thinks of part-timers versus full-timers on the WrestleMania card. All that along with this day in wrestling history and something new. All at the end of the video. You guys are going to have to stay tuned. All of that right after the break.
To the last defender.
All right, hey, welcome back. My name is Rusty. I want to thank everybody who checked out the last episode of the 414. Luckily, I'm feeling better. For some reason, recently, I have not been feeling well at the end of the night when I usually record the 414, so I haven't gotten these out in a timely manner like I like to do, like I want to have out for my Patreon subscribers, and that has to change. I have to get back on track and get them recorded and ready to go. The crazy part was there just wasn't a lot of news coming into today either, so I let my Patreon subscribers know that, hey, it's going to be a little bit late on Friday. There's not a lot of news. I want to see if something drops, and sure enough, a couple things dropped. So if you want to become part of the fun Patreon club, you can get in for as little as $1. You'll get early access to the 414 normally every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. We're going to get back on track with that very quickly. You guys are going to get some exclusive content as well coming up very shortly, stuff that only Patreon members are going to get, and it won't be available publicly. Also, those of you on the last video, you smashed the like button like crazy. Thank you so much. I want you guys to do the same today. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. Also, keep sending in your questions. You can call into 414-436-9686. I will play them here on the show. And along with that, if you don't want to leave your voicemail, you can go to askfm/the414 show. The link is in the description of this video, and I will answer your questions here on the show. This week we don't have any. I want more questions from you guys. Let's get them rolling in. I have fun answering these questions. Let's get a bunch of them in here for me. We'll try to go for like 2 every episode, so let them roll in. I want to have a back catalog of stuff. Try to choose the most relevant ones for the week, and we'll roll through. But our first story of the day, Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty is possibly going to be doing some porn. In a recent Facebook post, Marty Jannetty, yes, that Marty Jannetty that has been thrown through a plate glass window by Shawn Michaels, former Intercontinental Champion and Tag Team Champion Marty Jannetty, he's considering porn. In his Facebook post, he said that he was offered $150,000 to do 3 movies. He declined to say which porn company made the offer. This is his exact post, all right? To all my ninjas, I want y'all's advice. Just got a call, $150,000 for 3 movies. Porno movies. Can't say the name, but they're big company. I'm thinking my bruh Snoop had something to do with this. Check this, though. I'd get to tear up some beautiful bitches. But, as my brother said, my family could see that. My thought is, why is my family watching porno, then gonna judge me? What do y'all think on that? So I'm asking you guys, what do y'all think on that? Leave your comments in the comments section here of this video. If you think it's wise for Marty Jannetty to be hopping into the bed, out of the ring and into the bed for the porno industry, it's pretty crazy. From some of the comment replies that are on this, they're saying that it looks like he's leaning towards accepting the offer and doing this. I don't know. We know that they're making the Montreal screw job into a porn video. Oh my God. Just think if they start throwing Marty Jannetty into this as well. Things are going to be crazy, crazy, crazy in the porn world if they start bringing in former superstars. I mean, what does the WWE have to say about this? Be pretty crazy to see what goes on. But let's move on. We're going to talk WrestleMania for a little bit here. Stuff that we've got going on with WrestleMania and what matches are out there right now, things like that. Because there's a lot of them. There's a lot. There we go. There's my tab. I had it closed. Let's talk about the matches that are officially announced. Okay? Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar is officially announced. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton, officially announced. United States Championship match has been officially announced. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. The Raw Women's Championship is going to be Bayley versus Charlotte versus Sasha. Apparently the original plan was for Nia Jax to be in this match, and they could still add her later. She could be in later, but her loss to Sasha Banks and the absence from this last week's Raw, they might have changed their mind on this. I'm hoping Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal for Nia Jax right now. The WWE SmackDown Women's Championship has been announced. Alexa Bliss versus every available woman on the SmackDown roster. So a lot of people are saying it sounds like they're leaving the door open for Naomi to come back in, to be involved if her knee is, better and she recovers in time. I think this leaves the door open for Tamina. Tamina has been rumored to be coming back on house shows and being on the SmackDown brand as well. So I think Tamina is going to be your dark horse in this one. She's going to be the girl that shows up out of nowhere and wins this thing. The WWE Cruiserweight Championship is going to be Neville versus Austin Aries. And then, of course, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We have two competitors in this so far. Mojo Rawley and Apollo Crews. Those are the only two so far. Dolph Ziggler most likely was going to be in this one because he had that nice backstage segment with Mojo Rawley on SmackDown this last week. Now, the matches that are planned but haven't been set 100%, we can kind of tell the way they're going. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the IC Championship. We can see that happening from a mile away. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. That seed was planted on Talking Smack just this last week. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. That has been planted for quite some time now. And then the Raw Tag Team Championship. Gallows and Anderson going up against either Sheamus and Cesaro or Enzo and Cass. They're saying that is going to be decided on Raw this upcoming Monday. Personally, I see it going into a triple threat match. You look at what we've got for different matches, and there's not a triple threat as of yet. That's where I see this. Crazy absent on this list right now is the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It looks like we're going to get American Alpha versus the Usos. I hope that happens. I hope we see the Usos win. They are on fire when they're in the ring and on the mic. They have a great, great presence on SmackDown. If only they could use their tag division that much better. Also noted, Finn Balor might be on the show. We just don't know where he's going to be. And also, Samoa Joe, Sami Zayn, where are they going to go? What's going to happen? New Day is going to be the host for the show. But my thought on Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn, and I've been saying this for a while, they've been planting the seeds for Mick Foley to not be on Raw much longer, that there is a rift between Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon, and I really see Mick Foley grabbing Sami Zayn, Stephanie McMahon grabbing Samoa Joe, and they have a match, and whoever loses has to leave Raw. Not the wrestler, but the GM or your commissioner. I see it going that way. We've seen Mick Foley get behind Sami Zayn quite a bit recently, and we've seen Stephanie McMahon get behind Samoa Joe, and Mick Foley have some tension with Samoa Joe, saying that he was an advocate for him 13 years ago, but not so much now. That's the way I see that going. And talking about Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn was part of a media conference call this last week, and thanks to the Sun from the UK, we have a transcript of it, and he was asked if Goldberg and Brock Lesnar are taking spots from younger talent at the top of the card, and Sami said that selfishly, he asks why they are on the show due to them being part-time, and the rest of the guys are working every week. And he said, that he can say a lot about Kevin Owens, right? But he's busted his butt the last 8 months as Universal Champion. He's been doing street fights, working live events. And he said, personal feelings aside, you have to think that guys like Kevin Owens work hard all year and deserve to be rewarded when the time is right. But at the same time, you have Brock Lesnar, Bill Goldberg coming in with a lot of support from the fans. And he noted that at that point, it's good business, which means it's good for him too. It puts more eyes on him. He said, do I wish I was main eventing WrestleMania and not Bill Goldberg? Yes, absolutely. But might be better in some way to bring these guys in to help business. If it's helping business, it's helping me. When asked about veteran stars working with younger talent, he said that he thinks he would like to see more of a mix of past generation talent with the current roster. He noted that it's very awesome to see guys like Jericho mix it up with the current roster, and he wants to see, a guy from the past generation come back and see how he fares with the current roster. He said that's what made The Rock versus Hulk Hogan so interesting. Obviously, they're two of the biggest icons in the wrestling history, in the history of our industry, but still, it was a generational clash, a clash of the past versus the present and the future. I guess it's cool to see these two mammoths in Brock Lesnar and Goldberg go at it, but I'd rather see Brock and Kevin Owens and Goldberg and me, or Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. So, Sami weighing in a little bit during that media event on what is going on with the main roster and part-timers and things like that. I can see his thoughts on that. He's thought about it. There's a very PC answer, but at the same time, he did say he'd rather be in the mix with some of those part-time guys instead of the part-time guys going at each other. Let's get into, as we do every week, this day in wrestling history. We're going to talk about quite a few things on this day in wrestling history, because if you go back 20 years ago today in this day in wrestling history, WWF decided to rebrand Monday Night Raw while they were at the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts, to Raw is War. It was the first episode of Raw is War, and it is believed to be the first episode of Monday Night Raw that Vince Russo was the head writer of. Not a lot of note happened on the show itself, but it really brought up the fact that they were all in for the Monday Night Wars. They were ready to go. They changed their programming. They, like to call it Crash TV. Raw would then surpass Nitro in the ratings and become the most watched show in the history of cable television during that time period. So the Raw is War started off 20 years ago today. Holy cow. 9 years ago today, famed football player and wrestler Ernie Ladd, you know him as the Big Cat Ernie Ladd, he died of colon cancer in Franklin, Louisiana at the age of 68. Moving on from there, always, if there is a reference to Milwaukee, we pull this one out. 9 years ago today, on Raw, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, shocker, a rare title change on Monday Night Raw. Chris Jericho defeated Jeff Hardy to win the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We found out the next day there was a big reason for that title change. It happened out of nowhere. We were like, why did this title change? Jeff Hardy's on a roll. Well, he got suspended for a second time for a violation of the WWE's wellness policy. Yeah, that happened. Then, 3 years ago today, this is a big one. 3 years ago today, Daniel Bryan occupied Raw, forced Triple H's hand and made him agree to a match at WrestleMania 30 with the condition that the winner would be entered into the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. Amazing. It was a great episode. Fans flooding the ring, all that kind of stuff. Planned out or not, it was great. It was a great segment of television, and one that we really haven't had anything like that in a very long time. You can go check out the whole thing on the WWE Network. Very great episode. And then, of course, I want to say very happy birthday to Josanne Alexi Offerman. We know her as JoJo. JoJo, our ring announcer for Monday Night Raw. It is her 23rd birthday. Damn, she's young. Holy cow. But happy birthday to JoJo. Absolutely love seeing her on TV every week. And now, as I said, we're going to lead off the end of the program here with a new segment. A new segment every episode of the 414. I might even work this into the live program as well. We're going to do a little bit of trivia. Let's pop up the image. Now, you guys know this. This is the Nation of Domination, right? You got Kama, The Rock, D'Lo Brown, and Farouk on your screen. But there are 8 other members of the Nation of Domination. I want you to list all 8 of the other members that are not shown on the screen right now for the Nation of Domination in the comment section down below. Let's see how many you can get. You might not get all of them. But there were 8 other members in the Nation of Domination by the time the whole thing ran its course. Leave that down in the description. Not in the description, down in the comment section of this video. That is all we've got for today. I want to thank you once again for joining me here on the 414. Until next time, this is Rusty. I'm out. Later, guys.
To the last defender. They